The wind howled through the giant's mansion as Amina crouched in the corner of the dark kitchen, her hands shaking. She had just seen something no one would ever believe. Her heart pounded. Should she run? Should she scream? If Madame Bolana found out that Amina had seen it, something terrible would happen. But what Amina didn't know was that this was just the beginning. A bigger secret, one that had been hidden for years, was about to change her life forever. Amina was a poor village girl from Osun State, Nigeria. She never knew her father, and her mother had died when she was a baby. She was raised by her grandmother, Mama Titi, who loved her dearly but had very little to give. One evening, as they sat by the small fire in their hut, Mama Titi sighed. "Amina, my child, our farm is dry, and we have no food left. You must go to the city and find work. Maybe the gods will bless you there." With nothing but a small cloth bag, Amina set out for Lagos. After days of walking, she reached the city and found work in the house of a wealthy businessman, Chief Adewale. His mansion was bigger than any place Amina had ever seen. Chief Adewale was a kind man, but his wife, Madame Bolana, was different. She was beautiful, with smooth, dark skin, but she rarely smiled. Her eyes always seemed to be watching Amina, as if she was hiding something. Amina worked hard, sweeping, cooking, and washing. But at night, something strange happened. Every midnight, Madame Bolana locked herself in a secret room. No one was allowed near. One night, while fetching water, Amina noticed the door was slightly open. Curiosity got the best of her. She tiptoed closer and peered inside. What she saw made her knees go weak. Madame Bolana sat in front of a large clay pot, stirring a thick, green liquid. Her shadow on the wall was strange, it had long fingers and glowing red eyes. Then, she did something even stranger. She dipped her hands in the liquid and smeared it on her face. Amina gasped as she watched in horror. Madame Bolana's face changed. The smooth, beautiful skin melted away, revealing deep wrinkles and dark scars. Her teeth became long and sharp. Amina covered her mouth to stop herself from screaming. She turned and ran back to her room, her heart racing. The next morning, Amina acted normal. But she knew she had to do something. That night, she placed a small mirror near Madame Bolana's door and waited. At midnight, Madame Bolana repeated her ritual. This time, the mirror reflected her true face, a terrifying, old woman with sunken eyes. Amina grabbed the mirror and ran straight to Chief Adewale's room. "Sir, wake up. I need to show you something," she cried. Chief Adewale frowned. "What is this? What is this madness? Please, just come and see." He followed Amina. And when he saw his wife's true face in the mirror, he staggered back in shock. Madame Bolana let out a loud, piercing scream. She knew she had been caught. With one last cry, she grabbed her magic pot and vanished into the night, never to be seen again. Chief Adewale sat down, shaking his head. "I can't believe I lived with such a woman," he whispered. Then he turned to Amina. "You saved me from a great disaster. Tell me, child, where are you from?" Amina hesitated. "A small village in Osun State. My mother's name was Zainab, but she died when I was born." Chief Adewale's face changed. His hands trembled. "Zainab," he whispered. "Yes," Amina nodded. "My grandmother raised me, Mama Titi." Chief Adewale gasped. His eyes filled with tears. "Mama Titi, she was my in-law. Zainab was my first love. But when I left for Lagos, I never knew she had my child." Amina's mouth fell open. You are my father." Chief Adewale nodded, his voice shaking. "Yes, Amina. You are my daughter." Tears ran down Amina's cheeks. She had come to this house as a poor house girl, thinking she had no family. But all along, she had been living with her own father. Chief Adewale hugged her tightly. I lost your mother, but I will never lose you again. From today, you are no longer a house girl. You are my daughter. Amina's life changed forever. She was no longer a poor village girl. She was the daughter of a rich man. And years later, when a kind and wealthy prince from a neighboring kingdom fell in love with her, she married him. From a poor village girl to a rich, powerful woman, Amina had changed not only her own life but also her grandmother's. And so, the girl who once had nothing became a legend, a reminder that destiny always finds its way.